Hello and welcome. This is Shani Nebnani and you are watching It's Tomorrow News. 6 people killed in Nepal landslides. 6 people, including 4 of a same family, were killed after landslides triggered by incessant rainfall buried 2 houses in Rolpa district of western Nepal, local rescue authorities said on Saturday. Rolpa district police chief said that all 6 people were buried under the landslide debris in Cherlabang village in the district on Friday night. The deceased were asleep when a local road fell on the houses and swept them away, the police officer told Xinhua on Saturday morning. The district authorities, in coordination with police and local residents, have been carrying out rescue operation in the remote village, which is located some 300 kilometers west of Nepal's capital Kathmandu. The massive landslides have severed the transport link between the district headquarters and other parts of district, according to Gurung. Officials said 42 cattle were also killed in the landslide. Tropical storm Humberto lashes hurricane hit Bahamas. Tropical storm Humberto has lashed the Bahamas with rain and wind, possibly slowing down relief efforts just 2 weeks after Hurricane Dorian ripped through part of the islands. The U.S. National Hurricane Center (NHC) said on Saturday that Humberto was expected to become a hurricane by Sunday night as it moved away from the Bahamas and the U.S. coast, but would not threaten land by the time it is intensified to that strength. NHC said the storm was located about 65 kilometers, that is 40 miles, north of Great Abaco Island and 190 kilometers, that is 120 miles, east-northeast of Freeport, Grand Bahama Island. The storm was moving at 11 kilometers per hour, that is 7 miles per hour, with maximum sustained winds of 85 kilometers per hour. Swells generated by the storm were expected to increase and affect the coasts of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina later this weekend and early next week. However, these swells could cause life-threatening surf and rift current conditions. The announcement from the NHC came after it had warned earlier on Friday that a strengthening tropical depression was heading for the same islands hit by Dorian last week. Grand Bahama and Grand Abaco, in the path of the strengthening weather system, according to Bahamian forecasters, were among the worst hit by Dorian. The Bahamian National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) confirmed the death toll had risen to 52 following Dorian, although officials have said they expect it to rise significantly. NEMA spokesman said some 1,300 people remained unaccounted for. 71 people were staying in shelters on Grand Bahama Island and 2,037 in shelters on New Providence, where the capital Nassau is located. The weather system will slow down logistics. At that time, the storm was about 70 miles north of Great Abaco Island with maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. Humberto is expected to move farther from the Bahamas as Saturday wears on, but not before it drops up to 6 inches of rain on some islands. Humberto Center does not appear destined for the U.S. southeast coast, contrary to earlier forecasts, but swells generated by Humberto could affect the coasts of central Florida to South Carolina through early next week. These swells could cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions, the center said. About 3,900 evacuees have been processed through South Florida by air and sea so far, officials said. The number includes U.S. citizens, legal residents, Bahamians, and people from other countries who evacuated the islands after the storm hit. Regardless of development, moisture will increase along the Texas coast late this weekend into this week ahead. The chance of rain will increase along the Texas coast beginning late on Sunday in some areas, but will become more widespread by Tuesday. Overall, scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely early week near the coast and will spread farther inland midweek. A widespread area of 1 to 3 inches of anticipated, with some areas likely receiving more than 3 inches. As of September 10, 2019, just over half of the state is experiencing drought and more than 70% is at least abnormally dry. This includes some areas that may see rain from this system in the Gulf in the next week ahead. The increase in clouds and rainfall will also bring a break from the heat that has dominated the south recently and will keep temperatures closer to average for this time of the year. This sulfur-spewing Russian volcano is turning sunsets purple. Sunrise and sunset chasers discovered something odd this summer. In rural Colorado and the rest of the northern hemisphere, Earth's daily light shows were turning purple. Now, weather balloons probing the stratosphere have traced the mysterious purple light to a volcanic eruption in Russia. On 22nd of June, Russia's Rykoke volcano blasted ash and sulfuric gas 17 kilometers into the stratosphere. Eruptions that violent are rare. The last to spew gases that high was in 1991 when Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines blew its top. Researchers monitoring the stratosphere with high-altitude balloons soon found a layer of sulfur particles 20 times thicker than normal. This was enough to explain the purple sunsets and sunrises and to pin them to the Rykoke eruption, they report this week. When the sun rises or sets, its rays strike the atmosphere at an angle, forcing the light to travel farther and filter through more particles known as aerosols. Those aerosols, including the high-flying sulfur particles, act like disco balls, scattering the light in all directions. If a volcanic eruption launches enough sulfur into the stratosphere, this scattering of light can cause the entire planet to cool temporarily by diverting more sunlight into space. Rykoke was powerful, but it didn't deliver enough aerosols to significantly alter Earth's climate, researchers say. But this time, light scattering effect is what's responsible for the recent violet sunrises and sunsets. The effect won't last forever, researchers say, maybe another month or two. Until then, clear skies and low air pollution will improve your chances of catching the fleeting purple haze. Death toll rises in Spain, flash floods and thousands evacuated. A deluge of torrential rain and lightning storms have killed 6 people after mass flooding in southeastern Spain, with tornado warnings in Majorca. Floods swept away cars and debris in the regions of Valencia, Murcia and eastern Andalusia, while motorway tunnels in some areas were close to being totally submerged. In the latest tragedy, a man was killed after his car became trapped in a tunnel that filled with torrents of water in a matter of minutes in Almeria. Cops called to the scene were able to rescue 2 of the 3 people inside the vehicle, but the third man tragically died. Other stranded drivers also had to be pulled from flooded road tunnels in Pilar de la Jordado in the region of Alicante. In another shocking road accident, at least 1 person died after a torrent of mud and water engulfed a road in Granada. The tunnel death came hours after a woman, 51, and her 61-year-old brother were found dead in an overturned car that floodwaters had washed away in Caudete, south of Valencia. And on Friday evening, it was confirmed there had been a 5th fatality. A 58-year-old man from the town of Redovan died after being dragged through the water when he left his vehicle and tried to cross the street. Spain's acting prime minister said the country's military emergency unit is now on the streets helping combat what is called a gota fria. Parts of Majorca, including the south of the island and Sierra de Tramonta, are now on red alert after local officials issuing a tornado warning. Tourists are being urged to take care after Spain's meteorological agency AEMET issued an extreme risk weather warning for the next 24 hours. The travel warning was issued by the regions of Murcia, Almeria, Valencia and Alicante. Flash floods may occur and could cause disruption and delays to transport services, warned the UK Foreign Office. Majorca's Palma Airport was briefly closed due to the storms, as well as Ibiza Airport and Almeria Airport, and Murcia's International Airport remains closed, while Alicante Airport faces massive delays. Around 60 people had to be evacuated from becoming trapped at a nearby campsite in the beautiful coastal area of Cabo de Gata. Residents in the expat community of Torrevieja were even warned to weigh down their cars to stop them being washed away by torrents of water. Several main highways, including the AP7 motorway near the town of Pilar de la Jordada and the last stretch of the N332 road, were closed to traffic. Local reports said several cars were trapped on the AP7 near the town of Cartagena, with drivers sat on the tops of their vehicles as they wait for help to arrive. Tourist beaches in Alicante, where a British family became trapped due to floods, have been washed away by the shocking downpours. Family had to be rescued by the army after becoming trapped in their holiday villa for 12 hours by the killer floods which have deluged southern Spain. Floodwaters then crashed through the ground floor windows of their villa in Benfis Park, cutting off both water and electricity supplies. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News, Chandni Nebnani. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe.